On your nervous system regulation journey and somatic healing journey, recovering from chronic pain, anxiety, or panic, or any other neuroplastic sensations where your brain is wired up to protect you, but you don't actually need protection, it's helpful to be practicing your acting skills. So I want to talk about how you can become an actor in the film of your healing odyssey, in the film of your recovery. And as you know, the heroic actor usually prevails in the end after going through some really interesting scenes. So you may be going through some interesting scenes in your life right now. I'm going to coach you a little bit as to how you can make this chronic pain a little easier to handle and help you get moving forward on fading this anxiety or panic or whatever it is that you're experiencing. There's so many of the sensations, but they're all the same. They're all unconscious mind, just trying to keep you alive, make sure that you survive. I'm Healing Wolf, a professional trauma, chronic pain, anxiety, and panic recovery coach, here to sail with you across the stormy ocean of recovery so that we can come home to the distant shore of having a balanced and regulated and courageous and confident nervous system, ready to respond but not react. Let me tell you a story about my own journey in life. When I was a teenager, when I was a preteen even, I don't know how old I was, I used to play tennis with my brother, and my mom played tennis, and she was in a tennis league, and she was playing with a woman who she later found out was an agent, an acting agent. And so she saw my brother and I over on the other court. We came to play, and we were just joking around, rapping, laughing. It was the age of breakdancing. Maybe we even had a boom box we put on when we were playing. I don't know. We were very interesting kids. And she said, "Oh, I think I can get those guys into some commercials, into some acting." And that's how I began to not only study, but begin to work professionally as a little actor. And that continued into modeling and on through college pretty much was when I continued that path. And so having an agent was helpful to get me into the places where I could then explore acting. Just like having a coach on this journey can help you get into the right spaces and mindset where you can see yourself outside of being immersed in this pain or immersed in this anxiety and see it as just something you're passing through. It's not you. It has nothing to do with you. It's just some passing weather. It's weather within, and you move through it as it moves through you, and you recover. So how do we act? And at the end of the video, if you stick around, I'll tell you about some of the acting jobs I had. But for now, let's talk about how you can act, how you can practice acting and what that looks like on your recovery journey. So when you're experiencing chronic pain and you feel afraid, you can begin to act like the person who you want to be, somebody who's already recovered, and not only recovered, but transformed to the point where they no longer see these sensations as relevant at all. They're so insignificant. They're nothing, right? So imagine a beekeeper and you're afraid of bees. And the bees, like a chronic pain bee sting, right? You get this little sting, this little burning sensation. Begin to act like you're a beekeeper. You're out, not just with one bee, one sensation, but there are thousands of bees. And they're swarming all around you. And you're acting cool. You're acting collected. You got on this interesting suit and you got the smoker gun and you're just smoking that chronic pain, making it a little softer, dizzier, whatever. You're calming it down with your beekeeper energy, and you're bringing that acting in. And being an actor is all about the energy. It's not about the scene itself. It's about the actor feeling confident in the scene, of becoming that character, whoever they are. Now you want to pick, as you go through this journey, you want to pick a role of someone that you see as being heroic, as being recovered, as being confident, as embodying everything that you're going to be when you're done with this journey. So I remember at one point when I was young and I was experiencing the neuroplastic process, you could call it, of anorexia, I went to a hypnotherapist and I began to learn to envision myself in a future where I was muscular, I was powerful, kind of where I am now and where I was after that starvation experience, where I ended up becoming a weightlifter on my high school weightlifting team and bench pressing huge amounts. And I was over 200 pounds at that point of mostly muscle. And so I imagine myself as the Incredible Hulk. I began to behave like the Incredible Hulk. I began to see my muscles growing. I began to act like the Hulk, not with this crazy energy, but with the energy of, hey, I'm strong and I can get stronger. And so that's the kind of acting energy I want you to bring to your recovery. Act like you're a great hero, like Odysseus of Ithaca, who faced the Cyclops and prevailed, who listened to the song of the sirens and wasn't drowned. So you want this heroic energy, whether it's, I'm trying to think, the Black Panther, whether it's Spider-Man, one of these superheroes, or it could just be someone that you've seen out in the world of neuroplastic recovery who's already recovered. Could be Healing Wolf, could be Dan Buglio, could be Dr. Schubiner, Dr. Hanscom, Dr. Sarno. Now that's a great one to act like, because Dr. Sarno did not give a F about sensations, and he used to be so firm with people. He would throw away all their medical results. Go live your life, he'd say. There's nothing wrong with you. So be like Dr. Sarno, if you know Dr. Sarno, and just be firm with those sensations and have fun. Great actors are always having fun. They improvise, they joke around, they don't take any of it seriously. When you start taking it all seriously, you get jittery and you get awkward, but a great actor is going with the flow of the scene. So that's what you got to do too. If you're navigating a storm, a hurricane of panic, a panic attack, act like you're Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha himself, or Jesus of Nazareth. Act like you're one of these guys, one of these incarnations of God here, sons of God. Call them what they were, what they are, sons of God. And so are you. So embody it. Panic attack comes. What do you think Buddha's going to do? What do you think Jesus is going to do? Jesus went to the cross as if he wanted it. He knew he was in a holy scene and that he was going to be okay, that he was protected, that he was able to just act as if everything was going to go his way. And didn't matter if the crucifix was intense. Didn't matter for Buddha when he starved himself. Didn't matter, right? So act like one of these icons. Act like someone you admire. When the sensations begin to rise, may feel some energy of spiraling into negativity or depression or whatever it is, then act like somebody who's calm and confident and already where you want to be. See it, feel it, close your eyes, visualize it, and you'll get there. And that's one of the best ways out, is to embody, is to have this somatic embodiment of, I'm a hero. I'm Chuck Norris. Tough. I'm Bruce Lee. I can handle these sensations, whatever's coming my way. So, if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, then head over to healingwolfcoaching.com, where you can read about my journey and you can book a free consult call. Do that when you're ready, because we're going to move from the consult call into setting up some sessions, and things are going to move with depth and rapidity. So we're going to get you better faster. So feel free to head to my website and do that. I also have an amazing newsletter. I send out free processes all the time that I follow up with videos sometimes. And I sometimes will even have free little workshops and stuff. So please sign up for that. I got some more videos for you, and you can subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. Bless you. I'll see you in the next one.